It's live Facebook Day. It's my first Facebook Live video, and I hope you can join in and follow along. I'm excited to be here today. My name is Jen Haugen. I'm a registered dietitian, and I'm also a brand new Pampered Chef consultant. So I'm really excited about that. And why I love Pampered Chef, I've always loved Pampered Chef. I used to actually be a consultant about 15 years ago and decided to take a break from that for a little while, but I've always had their products in my kitchen, and I want to help you get the right products in your kitchen so that you can create really healthy meals, really nourishing meals, fun meals that can bring your family and everyone you want to have around the table again. So today, I want to just ask you, for comment, just write in the comment line. Tell me where you're from. Tell me if your kids have gone back to school yet. If you have a snack time struggle that you often have to battle, because back to school time usually means kids are coming home after school and they're hungry, right? So we want to give them something really good for them, but we don't want something too huge that's going to ruin their dinner or their evening meal. So today I've got some ideas for you that are really simple, but they're also really even more quickly made because of the tools that we've got here. So I'm excited to show you about this. And what I love about Pampered Chef is the mission statement is really about bringing families back together in the kitchen. So all of these things can really be used with you and your kids doing it together. And that makes it more fun. You can then find out about their day. A lot of times, like my kids, they like to talk more about their day when I'm not directly looking at them. So this is a way to kind of do something else, but still have a great conversation. And I'm going to show you one idea here is called the Toasted Quinoa Energy Bites. Now, these are perfect for snack time, but you can also use them for breakfast. So what we've got here, and this is the classic batter bowl, and I want to tell you too, if you're interested in any of the things that I have here today, what I want you to do is just let me know in the comments section, and I will private message you and we can set up an order. I want to do it all tonight so you can get your products as fast as possible. And if you spend over $75, you're going to get something free. And I have the tool that I'm going to show you that you can choose for free. However, there's a lot of other options too that we can talk about too. But the classic batter bowl is what I'm using here. This is microwave safe and freezer safe. And it's just a really versatile bowl. It also comes with a lid, so you can put it in and out of the fridge, take it out, use it as a mixing bowl. It's got measurements right on the side. So what I've already got in here are some chocolate chips, and I'll post this full recipe down in the comments as well afterwards. Some honey and some shredded sweetened coconut. So that's kind of 3 of the ingredients of the recipe. And then I've got some toasted quinoa. Now, quinoa is a grain, and it's like a seed. It was used a long time ago by the ancient Aztecs, something that they used a lot, like on warrior days, where it would help fuel them. And it's got a lot of protein, it's got a lot of fiber, it's also a good source of iron. And what I did is I toasted this. So I didn't cook it, but I did put it in our rock crock, and I toasted it for about 3 to 5 minutes. And you can see, and actually you want to toast it till you hear it start popping, almost a little like popcorn, but it doesn't actually pop like popcorn, but you'll hear it start to pop. So I'm going to pour that in, and that's going to add kind of a nice crunch to your energy bites. And then we've got some oats. Now, quinoa is gluten-free too, for anyone that needs gluten-free. And the oats you can also buy gluten-free. And so this can be a gluten-free recipe if you choose. But what I've done, this is the manual food processor. And I really like this because it's one of those things that you can actually just leave on the countertop and use. And it chops up almost anything. So like if you don't like to chop up onions and peppers and have that smell on your hands, throw them in here and a couple of cranks and it's chopped up for you. So what I've done is 2 cups of the quick cooking oats, and all you have to do is just give it some whirls, which I've already done that part, but just, like 20. This is fun for kids to do too. And it just kind of grinds them up a little bit. If you use the old-fashioned oats, which are the more coarser, bigger oats, it's actually probably going to take a little bit longer to freeze and might have a little bit more texture to it, but still usable. So I'm just going to pour these in, mix those within the other ingredients. Now, what's great about this too is these 2 pieces are dishwasher safe, so you can throw them right in. You have to be really careful. This is very sharp, but great for cutting things because it's so sharp. And the top, basically you can just wipe off. You don't want to submerge this in water because it will take on water. because that's where the motor part of it is. But it's a great thing to just always have handy, and it's great for kids because no one loses a finger when you're actually chopping inside here versus trying to chop up onions and things like that. So I've got those ingredients in, and then we've got peanut butter. So peanut butter is one of those things that can be really difficult to measure. In fact, they're selling it now where it's pre-measured half cups for you. But this tool, it's called the Measure All, makes it really simple because it actually is for solids on this way, which is the red side, liquids this way once you push that down. So you can actually use it for dual purpose. But you put your peanut butter, I also did the honey like this because it's often really hard to get that out of your measuring cup. But you just push it right out and it comes right out, and you just scrape off that bottom part. And it doesn't really even stick. You can see how it scrapes it all clean, which I like that a lot. And we're just going to mix this together. And now the peanut butter is going to stick a little bit, but it's really a great recipe because it's got lots of whole grains in it. It's got the peanut butter, which offers the protein, a little bit of sweetness, because who doesn't like sweetness, you know, a little bit with your snacks. But this is kind of a fun way to incorporate that. The coconut will get lost inside of the energy bite. So, you know, if you're not a huge coconut fan, you could leave it out, but try it with it in. You might discover that it actually really isn't that noticeable. And it does then offer some sweetness a little bit. So once you get this mixed up, give it one more big twirl here. And this is a part too, if everybody's hands are clean, they could get in there with their hands and make this all mixed together. But I'm using, this is the mix and scraper, so these are some really heavy duty rubber spatulas that are dishwasher safe. They're also stovetop safe, this part is, so you can actually use it in your hot pans. So got it all mixed up. I can already smell the peanut butter, I can smell the sweetness, and I also smell a little of that toastiness from the quinoa. Then we're going to use our medium scoop and then just basically put it in your hand. And you really don't even have to roll it because it already makes it, but you're going to just set it on a pan, and I'm using the stoneware, which is so versatile. It can go in the freezer, it can go in the microwave, it can go in the oven. Of course, if it's in the freezer, don't take it right to the oven, but and it actually comes a very light color. I've been using mine for so long that it's now created its own non-stick feature to it. So something that you can use over and over. You don't need to use cooking spray. And to clean it, all you need to do is have some hot water and then the little scraper that comes with it. Super easy, and you're gonna just make all these balls, freeze them for 8 to 10 minutes, and you have some really great snacks. You could do this on the weekend, have snacks all week. You could do it right after school because, as you can see, really easy and really quick. So that is the first recipe that I want to show you. And remember, it's called Toasted Quinoa Energy Bites. I'll post that right below in the comments after the live video. A couple other ideas here, and these are really simple because when you're thinking snacks, sometimes we don't have a lot of time. But as a dietitian, I recommend at least 2 food groups for snacks. So it could be fruit and protein, it could be grain and protein, but protein is something that really is beneficial at snack time, you know, 3, 3:30, 4 o'clock, when you've had lunch maybe at noon, but your evening meal doesn't take place until 6 or maybe later. You need something to kind of fill you up, and protein will do that. Fiber will also do that. So those 2 things are often found in the fruits and the whole grains. So what I've got here, this is the apple wedger. Now, you know, it can take a while to cut an apple, cut it all into little slices. It's perfect for your kids. But in less than 10 seconds, I think, I've never timed it, but I think it's pretty fast. You just do that. And your kids can do this too if they're tall enough to kind of get some leverage to it. But it cuts it in even slices. Nobody fights, which is also a plus. And you just push it down. There we go. And you have perfect slices. Now, you could do this fresh, but you could also do just a little bit of lemon water and run the slices through it just for a few seconds and then package them in a container and throw in one of these peanut butter individual cups, which are perfect whether it's at home after school or on the run. Maybe you have a football player, maybe you have a tennis player that needs something after school. These are the perfect things that you can pack up and give them. And so what I like about this is it's so easy to use. Everything cuts so well. I've had my apple wedger for probably 10 years and it's not dull. I've used it thousands of times and it still works great, and it's dishwasher safe too. So I love that about that. And another thing, so my kids, especially my daughter, like the Uncrustables, the sandwiches. You buy them in the freezer aisle. They can get a little bit costly if you buy them a lot, but you can also make them at home with this cut and seal tool. So you can see it crimps it for you, and I've already put the peanut butter and the jelly in. You could also do like sliced bananas instead of the jelly. You could do blueberries or sliced strawberries instead of the jelly, or just do jelly, it's fine. And you're just basically going to press this down and crimp it by pushing on the center. And you just peel this off. Now, I'm not a person that likes wasting food, so I think this is still edible. You could add a little extra peanut butter on that and maybe serve that for a different snack or a different breakfast. But then you have your perfect little sandwich. It's all crimped together. Again, easily packable and doesn't require any refrigeration if you're just using peanut butter and jelly. So after school, if you've got an athlete, a great sandwich is a nice snack. Pair it with an apple or some other kind of fruit, that would be great. So we've got 3 snacks down, really quick. Another one, guacamole. And sometimes this can be a little bit intimidating for people because guacamole seems maybe a little bit difficult, but it really is actually very simple. And what I'm going to use is that manual food processor again. And I've already got some red onion and some jalapeno pepper in there. And all I'm going to do, right now I have it unlock, and you want to start with your hardest vegetables first, or fruits, whatever you're going to mix up. And you want to just get those chopped. And you can see how it's already chopping. So you can see it's all chopped up. I might go a couple more times just to get the big jalapenos cut down. All right, perfect. So you can see they're perfectly chopped. That took me maybe 15 seconds to do that versus maybe the longer way of cutting. Nothing wrong with cutting, but if you want to make things fast, oh, I can really definitely smell the spiciness to the jalapenos. And then we've got the avocados, and I'm just going to take the pits out. Whoops, there we go. And I'm just going to add these. So all I did here with the avocado is just slice it in half with a knife and go all the way around that core. And then they'll open up really easily. And you're just going to take your spoon and slide it all the way around. And I usually do, I did 1 jalapeno. I did about 2 tablespoons of the red onion. And I usually do about 2 avocados to that mixture, but you know, if my avocados are smaller, like these maybe are just a tad smaller, I might add 3 avocados. But this also goes so quickly that it's also nice to make a bigger batch too. But guacamole is filled with basically vegetables. So the avocado, and the avocado is the fruit, so you can have that, and that's going to give you some vitamin E, a little bit of fiber, lots of great things in avocados. I think I'll just stop there. And then we'll add a little bit of lime juice. So I just like to squeeze that over the top just to give it a little bit of liquid. And you do need a little bit of lime juice because it adds a lot of flavor and it also helps prevent that browning action that can happen. And so you're just pressing this and you're just chopping it while you go. Not difficult at all, but you can see it's really coming together just like guacamole. Now it depends, how chunky do you like your guacamole? So you could keep going on this, or you could stop where you're at, and you can add, we've got some fresh cilantro growing in our garden still, so adding some fresh cilantro. And that's another thing that's great for the food, this manual food processor, is you can use it to chop up some herbs. So like pesto, you could also make salsa in it. If you like to make dessert, you could do some graham cracker crumbs in it as well. So you have suctioned on, there we go, your guacamole. and smells really good. I just want to take a little bite. And then I just add just a touch of salt, and there you've got this really good snack. So you've got guacamole, you've got your little mini sandwiches, you've got some apple and peanut butter, you've got quinoa energy bites, all of these things that you can make for your kids and for you. You know, coming home from work, maybe you get home around 3 when your kids do and you're hungry too. So these would all be great ideas. So what I want to invite you to do is, if you're interested in any of these items, I am going to be placing an order tonight. And I am going to just contact you if you're interested. Remember, if you spend over $75, you get a free product. So I did a little adding, and if you are interested in simplifying your kitchen life, the manual food processor, the apple slicer, and the cut and seal, all of those, purchasing all of those, are approximately $77. And so you'd get something for free. And there's garden tools to choose from, which everyone knows that I love gardening, so that would be a good idea. You can also purchase, actually you get these for free, you don't have to purchase them, but this could also be your choice. These are the silicone prep bowls. And these come as a set of 3 and super versatile because they have lids, so you can just pop them in the fridge, but also like pouring, squeezing, you know, you can do that so easily, you know, if you're trying to get something out of there, something that's maybe hot that you want to make sure you get every last drop. So they're made out of silicone, so they are safe for heated items as well. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And if you want to host your own party, you can do that. Even if you don't live by me. If you do live by me, I can come to your house and we can just do a really fun cooking party, which is something that's actually, maybe you had it a long time ago and you thought of like presentation style, but it's actually even more fun because it's station style. So it's basically like a cooking class. You're done in 45 minutes. It's really quick and it's really fun. Gather your friends, we'll make some fun recipes, some good food, good friends, and we'll have a lot of fun too. If you don't live by me, we can do a virtual party where we do it all on Facebook. We can do it at night. You can be in your pajamas, so can your friends. You're all shopping at the same time. You can do some Facebook Live videos with that, as well as some other showcasing other videos of how things work. So that's a really fun opportunity as well. So if you're interested in any of those ways, just let me know. And maybe you want to join me and also be a Pampered Chef consultant. It's really fun. I'd love to start with you as well. We can work together on that. Let me know if you're interested. It's super fun. I've been so excited about this for the last week and a half week since I've gotten my new tools. But when I was looking back on my internet history, I was noticing that back in May, I was already looking at Pampered Chef online, investigating what that might be like again, because I really enjoyed it before, and I know that this to me is just super fun. So if you want to have a lot of fun, come and join me. So hope you've gotten some ideas today, and hopefully you are inspired with some new recipes for back to school snack time, and I would love to help you in any way. So just let me know. Thanks. Hope to see you again.